Saratoga's closing day, their feature race, 7 furlongs for 2-year-olds. And of course, just like we started the Saratoga meet, Gary Contessa with a gigantic bomb wins the feature race for 2-year-olds. And he does it again here with Nutella Fella. I mean, good for Gary and good for Junior Alvarado. Nice people. But, I mean, goodness, 26-second middle split there, 13.5 seconds final furlong. Like, you would have thought that they were running in molasses out there.
Yeah, I mean, Yo-Yo Candy finishes last. What a fluke that win was at 45-1 during the Saratoga season as well. I believe that was a Saratoga special that he won. I got to give a shout out to the DRF Clockers reports. Nutella Fella works over the track after winning at Delaware and got a B+ Clocker report, which was the highest with Timberlake in this race. Ends up winning, coming from way off the pace. Look, we talk about stumble bunnies, man. These horses wanted to go 6, not 7. And it was very apparent in that final time, almost 14 seconds for the final furlong. And Nutella Fella comes from last and just picks everybody up. Guess who's started second to last? It was Timberlake. I mean, so you kind of look at that there and you're like, hey, look at that. Last and second to last rally up. Yo-Yo Candy, by the way, started third to last, ends up in last. If you look at the quarter pole, though, you have Nutella Fella there in 10th. Pirate made a nice move from 8th, but you look at the leaders, they ended up running. Just Steel ends up running 4th to last. Yo-Yo Candy runs last in that spot. I mean, you had to be coming from off this pace because it absolutely collapsed after they went that sub 45 opening half mile. I'm not taking much out of this. The horse I want out of it is the horse I wanted into it, Timberlake. I thought that was the best horse in this field. Thought he ran pretty well here, considering he was sitting mid-pack and only half, or what was it, about 2 lengths off the lead there, going the 44.89. So to me, it's Timberlake out of this race. I think the Nutella Fella was more of a setup than a actual talent thing here. Not a great race, though. A little disappointing Gold Sweep, who had a monster number in debut, then ended up going and running in that Saratoga special, lost to Yo-Yo Candy, but didn't break an ounce. Broke pretty well in this spot and just kind of spun the wheels once we got into the stretch.
I was disappointed in Pirate because I saw 10-1 on Pirate and I was like, he was double-digit odds the whole time, and I was very excited about this horse, a son of Omaha Beach, first crop. They've been Omaha Beach producing winners left, right, and center, including with him on debut. And it was all the rage when he broke his maiden, and then suddenly, a month and a half goes by, and everybody's forgotten about. I'm like, what? Nobody likes Pirate at this spot? So I thought with the very wide trip that he had, and all things considered, I like him as well. He and Timberlake are neck apart, so I would take those 2 horses moving forward. By the way, Pirate, also a half-brother to National Treasure, who won the Preakness Stakes this year. So a lot to like about those 2. BU, I think, was disappointing. You see he was a nickel under $3. The maiden was a nickel under 3-1 second choice in this spot. It kind of, I think, tells you about this field, too. But you would think with his breeding that he would stretch out better. Irad choosing this horse over Pirate, again, you would think he would do better stretching out, but he wasn't anywhere close, really. I know he had to step on the brakes at one point. Do you like BU as well?
Not really. I mean, there was hype going into this one. You talked about maiden going here into the hopeful here. We have seen a maiden, obviously, famously win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile with Good Magic, your boy. So it is possible. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. I mean, I don't think that effort was good enough to kind of take a big-time step forward out of it. I think long-term, BU is a talented horse. Not sure. Look, if we're looking at this field, if anyone was really that talented, they would have won the race, I think is probably the biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to be like, well, the 4th place finisher has a good shot at taking a step forward in a bad race, because this is a bad race. So to me, like, I can make excuses for Timberlake. I can make excuses for Pirate. I don't really love anybody out of here, though.
Yeah, what about Chris Mello brings up Fierceness. Fierceness, the Todd Pletcher debut winner at Saratoga by about a pole and a half in the mud. On a dry track, we'll see what he can do. But I would think they're pointing right to the champagne with him. So, there you go. Those are thoughts on the juvenile. We're still holding out for a hero in this situation. RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track. Summer's here. Our picks are heating up. We want you to join us in the fun. Subscribe to the Racing Dudes YouTube channel right now. Click the notification bell. You don't want to miss a single one of our awesome videos. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.